Alright, what's up there, people? Easy, take it easy. Yeah, I've done any videos for a while, just been a bit like, flat out really. Obviously with the mega spins and that going, which is brilliant, I do like that. With them going, it's like less interesting to sort of have a quick session chasing some pots, because yeah, you could chase a pick a mix on £1 or £2, but it just takes so long, and it's like I could be doing other things. So but yeah, there is another Vegas trip. Just going to be me and 2 Scots. Blade's not coming. So yeah, it's just going to be us 2. 3 I mean. So me and the 2 Scots are going to go. To do a bit more road trippy this time again. Don't expect loads of slot play. We're probably not going to be playing loads and loads of slots. It's basically going to start in San Francisco, go around like Lake Tahoe, have a look around there, don't know, do some stuff around there, and then obviously work away to Vegas. But we're only going to be in Vegas for like, I think on the strip 2 nights, 1 night in Fremont, so that's all good going there. But it's yeah, but anyway, this video is more to do with my ideas of when I go to Vegas, sort of try and get the best bang for your buck, if you know what I mean. So I know obviously I get free rooms and stuff like that, but I've gambled. So if you're going to go there to gamble, sign up straight away to a loyalty program, definitely. And yeah, once you do that, you will get comped a few rooms. If you're going as a couple, you and your missus or something, and it's, you know, you got a bit extra money to spend, then yeah, fly direct. It will cost you a bit extra normally, not always, but it will normally cost you £200 or £300 extra each. Or flying to LA, which is what we do. Normally we fly to LA because you can get return from LA for about $350, $360. And it's like a 4-hour drive, which sounds terrible, but it actually isn't, because it is not like this. I'm sitting on the A47, it's nothing like this. I've already sat in probably more traffic this morning than what I do the whole 4-hour drive to Vegas. So you just don't really, long as you avoid, don't drive out to Vegas on like a Friday. Like if you're gonna go there, try and get your flight for like Wednesday and you drive there on a Thursday or something, you know, and you sort of leave on the Sunday, fly out on a Monday, so you like have another night back in LA or something like that, or whatever, or leave on the Monday, fly out on a Tuesday. Oh dear. Because obviously a lot of the locals, they all take the Friday off work to drive there. It's a bit like round where I live. If you drive to Hunstanton on a Friday in the summertime, it's ridiculous. It takes forever to get there. So that's what I'd avoid. Try and drive out there. If you're going to drive out there, drive out on a Thursday. And if you're going to drive back, we've drove back on a Monday before, and it was fairly busy. But I think it was a little bit of a car accident as well. But it was, you could tell it was very busy getting back. So yeah, that's what I'd probably do. If you go as a group of mates, like if there's 4 of you, boys and that, do it, because you're going to save £200 each on your flights, maybe £250, and you could put that to a really ridiculous car. I mean, you can have probably a Porsche for a week between the 4 of you, or even if you say, well, there's 4 of you, we get 2 cars. You're going to pay like £300 or £400 each, but you'll be able to drive that. The thing is, you drive the drive that you see in the movies, where they drive to Las Vegas and they see it in the distance. You're going to see that, which is, it just adds to the trip in my experience. It's sort of, especially with your mates and the group, if you've never been before or something like that, it's really easy to get to anyway. Just whack it in your phone, Google Maps. Don't bother hiring a sat nav from car hire. There's no point. A car hire will even charge you to rent a sat nav when your car has sat nav built into it. You'll get out to your car and you'll be like, I've got sat nav in my car. Why have I got a unit? I've just paid $60 or something, or $70. You can buy a sat nav out there for about that much money. I actually have a sat nav. We went to Florida once. We bought one. I've only used it once. I've never used it again. I just stick it on. Just put Google Maps on now. So if you've got roaming and that, it's all included, you don't need it. So you just back Google Maps in, and it takes you there. So yeah, that's sort of the car hire sorted now. So now you're on to, you got to get there. So you get there. It takes about, like I say, about 3 or 4 hours to get there. And now you're there, you got to go and check in. So yeah, check into your hotel. My advice would be, when you get to your room, you'll find a safe normally. And if you've got 2 of you in a room, so you've got like 2 queen beds or whatever, use that safe. Seriously, use that safe. Lock it. And what I usually do is I put 2 numbers in, and whoever's in the rooms put 2 numbers in, and you don't look. You sort of cover up cover up the display where it tells you what numbers are putting in. So neither of you can go in there without the other person. Not because you're going to steal off each other. It's nothing to do with that. It's so if you're downstairs and you're getting a bit drunk, you can't sneak back upstairs and get a bit more money. Budget your money every day. That you really do need to budget your money every day with Las Vegas. If you go downstairs going, I've got $2,000 to spend, and I'm going to go downstairs, I'll be fine. I've got $2,000. I'm happy. When you get drunk, before you know it, you'll be going, what the fuck? I am doing $25, $30 spins on Lightning Link. What happened? What was I doing last night? Because you took my money down with you and you got drunk. If you say, well, I'm going to be there for 5 nights, I've got $2,000, I've got $400 a day. And that's what you do. You just go into your safe and you get your $400 in the morning. When it's gone, it's gone. You're done for the day. You just have to say you're done. I've done it myself many times where I've gone, I just got the cash machine, get some more money out, or just nip upstairs, get some more money, or I'll borrow. My advice is don't lend each other money on a trip when you're there. If you do, have an agreement, like a gentleman's agreement, that it will not be hundreds of dollars. It will just be, if you've run out of money, your friend will bail you out $50 just so you can pay for your dollar drink. And if you see something to eat, you might want something to eat. There's no point lending each other like $200, $300, $400 to chase a jackpot, because they're not like 500s where you can sometimes buy yourself out of trouble. These things, when they are not in the mood, they will just eat you alive. What the fuck is going on? It's like A47. It's just pleasant. Yeah, so that's that. Budget, like I said, budget your money. Look for offers. Vegas has so many offers because it's way overpriced. Vegas is way overpriced because if people will pay it, they will let you pay it. It's a bit like you go to. I'm trying to think of a scenario really. Like I was in a bingo hall a few weeks ago with a friend, and we were gambling a lot. And they weren't offering nothing apart from a bit of tea and coffee. And I just said, I want something to eat, I'm starving. And they was like, oh yeah, the restaurant's through there. And I was like, I've got to pay for it. It's like, sorry? I was like, I've got to pay for it. She's like, what do you mean? I went, playing like 2 or 3 machines here at the same time, so's my friend. I said, you're going to make me pay for it, really? I was like, wow. And I sort of said, I go to like other places and they give me free tea, coffee, snacks. She goes, oh, we give snacks. And I was like, yeah. I said, well, just see what you can do for us. And I asked, and she actually came back and said, yeah, here's the menu. What do you want? And I'm not joking, I ordered food and then I cheekily added on a dessert as well. And they did get it. They got it all for us, which it's not a lot, but if you don't ask, they won't give you. And Vegas is the same. If you don't bother doing your homework, you will pay, $30 for a buffet when you don't need to. That you'll pay full rate for a show when you don't need to. So always look for offers. There's websites that give you discounts. Get things booked early if you go and see a show. I know you could risk it when you get there, but you just want to make sure you've got a genuine ticket. I've never had a problem ordering tickets online. They've always been there. I've only ever missed one show. We missed one comedy show because Martin was doing Black Brains. So yeah, we missed it. We forgot about this comedy show. I was going to go. It was a cheap show anyway. It wasn't very expensive, about $25, $30. Show-wise, getting on to things to do in Vegas now. Shows. If you're a fan of Penn and Teller, I do strongly advise going to see him. Obviously you would because you're a fan, but really, I really do, because out of all the illusion acts or whatever you want to call them, personally, still they were the best. I always say I went to see David Copperfield. The show was amazing, but the best trick he pulled was when he fucking disappeared at the end and you didn't see him again. I'd like, wow, paid all this money to come and see you. You couldn't even just walk through the foyer or just walk through the area where you come in and just say hello to a few people. Even if I didn't get to say hello, at least I get to see him. You actually met a few people, just if you're lucky. But the difference with Penn and Teller is these people have been performing for so long in Vegas. I think they've got a record for the longest performing act in Las Vegas in history. I'm pretty sure of that. It's now what's happened. When they finish a show, you'd think, after all this time, you'd think they'd be like, oh, I just want to go home. I'm done for the night. They come out and they stand in the main area where you go into the place, and they do not go until everyone who wants to meet them has met them, and that is no extra charge. Amazing. And you can meet both. I met both of them. I've got some photos of it. The first time I went to see them, I met both of them, and that was brilliant. That was a really nice touch on that. I went to see Chris Angel again. Didn't really really see much. I don't think I see anything of him after he left. I saw, who's the guy with the puppets? I can't remember his name. He does all the puppets, quite famous. That's funny. That's very funny. But I think it's like an hour long, and after about 30-40 minutes you start going, sort of had enough of puppetry now. But as something to do with your pals, very funny. It was very funny. I mean, they're all good illusion shows, but that blew me away when they really. I read somewhere that they stayed until you finished, but I didn't believe it until I got there. And I was like, oh wow, I get to meet them. You know, I've always wanted to meet them anyway. So yeah, David Copperfield's show was very good, but I was just a bit miffed that he didn't stick around at the end to anybody. Just, you know, he's one of the most expensive ones on the strip. If you go and see Penn and Teller, they're just off the strip. I think there is in the Rio or somewhere like that. You have to go and see him. So you probably want to get a cab there to go and see him. Casino-wise, I'm a bit biased. I can't really review casinos because I'm biased to M Life casinos. So because that's where I always stay. Just because when I first went, I just happened to stay in Luxor because it was a cheap deal with a flight and everything. That's where I signed up first. So I do think the Caesars Entertainment, I think they're being bought out by, is it like an Eldorado I've read about? I'm not too in with all the American gambling scene. I'm more in with the English one, obviously. But I've never really stayed out. But I do read from a lot of people their offers are pretty poor compared to what M Life can offer you. So people complain about parking. If you're staying at an M Life casino or any casino, when you check in, just say, what do I do about parking? They will always say, don't worry, we'll give you a card. It'll be on your room key. It gets you out, in and out without paying. I won't really worry too much about that. It feels to me that the casinos want to make money. They're there to make money. That is what they do. They're there to extort your money. They're not there to be your friend. Remember that. You have to remember these casinos are run by or owned or funded by people who are very wealthy. And if you invest in a casino, you pretty much, it's a surefire way to make money. Most casinos just make money. There's only a very few that don't. So if they can make more money, they're going to. And if you're too lazy to ask or try and get it comped off, these are things that they class as, I think these are things they class as like easy comps. I said there's easy comps, medium comps, hard comps, right? These are easy comps. These are things that if you give them to someone, it will make them happy very easily with no real cost to the casino, because they weren't going to charge you for parking normally anyway. And you're staying there, so they've got you by the balls anyway, if you know what I mean. It's a bit like going to Disney, but Disney don't really comp nothing. But if you look at Disney, if you've ever been at Disney World or anything like that, if you buy a 7-day pass, they'll give you 14. You think, well, that's all right, isn't it? But what they're actually doing is they've sort of probably studied the average amount of time that people spend in these parks in 2 weeks who come there to visit, and they've probably found that most people spend like 7 to 10 days there on average, or 4 to 10. So the medium is 7. So if you buy 7, they'll give you 14, because when they get you in that park, you are then going to spend more money in that park. You're going to buy food and beverages in there. You're going to buy merchandise, and that is what they are. I mean, Disney World is like a big supermarket in a way, or what you want to call it. It is like a big restaurant or whatever with entertainment. So while you're in there, you are going to spend money. You've paid to get in there as already. That covers your rides and stuff. But then they get bonus money out of you by, you know, charging you to ride on the ride, charging you to a photo when you ride on the rides, or your food and beverage is always up, isn't it? It's always cheap, easy, real quick food to get ready. If you want to eat proper food in a proper restaurant, you will pay through the nose for it. You've got to pay a premium. And the casinos are the same. Once they've got you in there, things are more expensive. You want a pack of cigarettes, they're going to cost you more in there than what they do just, you know, a 5-minute walk out of the casino to a shop just off the strip. Everything is more expensive. Cigars are more expensive. Food, a steak is more expensive. You can go off the strip and get a nice, really good steak. It's no different to the strip. Probably for about $40. But you eat it, you go into New York or you go into the Circus, it's going to cost you $75. Because you're paying for the privilege of it being on that strip. The land there is expensive. They have to pay. They're all fighting for that land on that strip. You have to remember this. Vegas is not there to be your friend. It is there to make money. And it's a bad way of thinking about it, I know, but it's still a fantastic place to go and see. But it is there to make money. So, congratulations if you made it this far, for me just chatting on. I'm coming to 15 minutes of just chat now. So, you're doing well. Yeah, thumbs up, pineapples. But yeah, so entertainment wise, if I always say, if you go to Vegas and they come back and you say, oh, what did you do? And they go, oh, we just gambled. Wasted trip that was. What was a pub? You might as well have gone to Blackpool for the weekend and just gambled. It'd have cost you a lot less. You're still probably going to lose your money anyway. You have to look at it as, I'm going to lose a bit of money. I like a gamble, but I want to be entertained, you know, and that is Las Vegas in a nutshell. It's, you can gamble, you can lose a lot of money there, but also you can if you sort of control what you're doing and stick to your sort of own little rules, you can get an all right sort of deal. It's still a rip-off in a way, but you can sort of get an all right sort of deal. So yeah, look for your shows you want to go and see, book them. I always like, whenever we go, we always say, well, normally we'll think like, what about one expensive show and one cheap show? And the cheap show is always a comedy show. Comedy shows are ridiculously good value for money. The reason they're so cheap is because they cost next to nothing to put on. They've only got to put someone on a stage in front of you. There's no props really involved, nothing. It's just a man standing on a stage with a microphone. And they've just got to give him, you know, even if he gets $5 from everyone in the house, or $2 from everyone in the house, he's probably getting like what, $700, $800, $900, or $500 just for doing a 10-minute, 20-minute set every night. He's going to do it, isn't he? It adds up. If he gets $1 for every person in the house every night, he's still going to be on, you know, $1,000 a week probably, or $500, $600, $700, $800 a week. It's very easy to put these shows on because they don't involve much production costs. But the good thing is to you get to sit and watch an hour's worth of comedy or 80 minutes worth of comedy for about $30. Now, see how long $30 lasts you in a casino if you're playing a dollar bet. That'd be gone in 2 or 3 minutes. So I've seen comedy shows at Tropicana. I've seen the Brad Garrett comedy show. I've seen, there used to be one called Improv down at Harrods. I've seen that. I don't think that runs anymore. I haven't been to the Comedy Cellar. It's supposed to be good. And I haven't been to I think it's Comedy Club, I think, in the Strat. I haven't been there. I'd like to go to them probably this time. We might go and see one of them. Obviously try and keep the cost down. We might be doing a skydive this trip. That's the only thing that sort of concerns me. Can I go to a skydive? I've always wanted to do one. Scotty has as well. Postman Scotty's always wanted to do one, so we're probably going to do that. So you've got your shows sorted, your gambling sorted. You know that you're supposed to look for entertainment. Oh dear. Yeah, food. So food and beverage. Like I said, look. Don't be afraid to look around. If you eat in the casinos all the time, it will cost you a decent amount of money. It won't be cheap. There is places off the strip, because you've driven there with your car. Don't be afraid to sort of think, well, bang it in the Google Maps, look for somewhere to go tonight. If there's 4 of us, go and have a nice meal somewhere. Just always try and find things to do. Keep the gambling to the evenings, really, or the late evenings, or the mid-evenings. Try not to end it, because if you start in the morning, if you come down and you're like, what do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? You end up playing machines, and you end up sitting in the casino all day, and it's like a wasted day, really. Especially if the odds are really against you that you're going to lose the longer you spend in there. So, I mean, I've had some fantastic sessions where I've played all night and ended up even or still up. It's ridiculous. But that is the be and end all of it, is what it's there for, to make money. And you are getting a bad return on the strip because they're giving you these free rooms. That they aren't giving you that because they love you. They're giving you that because they get it in other ways, and the other ways is things are more expensive. The slots are a little bit lower, so you're not getting your you might get, like, say 85 to 90% if you're on a off strip casino, but if you're on the strip you might be getting like 80, 75 maybe. And that's another thing that bugs me compared to England. Over here, they have to show you, by law, they have to show you the minimum return. Now, it works a bit different. If you're watching America, it's a bit different. Over here, we would say 80% means you would see, if you put like £10,000 in, you should see about 80% of your money back over like 10 grand or over 100 grand or over £1 million, depending on what kind of game you play. But say you're playing a random game, you say over £1 million, you'd expect to see 800 grand back if it was on 80%. So 92, you'd see about $920,000 or pounds back. But in America, you would, if you said, oh, it's on 20%, that means the casino's making 20%. I've just been told, I found this out last week. Someone told me, Scotty told me about this. But over here, they have to display that by law in every game. It says the minimum return. So, which is something they should really have in Las Vegas. They should really have that in America. They don't. They don't have to tell you. So you could be playing like a 60% slot or a 40% slot in American terms, and you wouldn't even know. So it does make a big difference. The thing is, I don't get why they don't advertise it, because if they did that, you would sort of encourage people to gamble on slightly higher bets, because they'll think, well, if I play a slightly higher bet, we'll get a better return. You know, like over here, they do actually have games where they say, if you play 20 pence, you're going to get 86. If you play 50 pence, or 50 cents, say, you'll get 88. If you play $2, you'll be up to 92 or 94. So, long term, it doesn't make sense to sort of try and, for the casino, not for the player. For the player point of view, you just try and find the game that gives you the best return for the minimum bet. So you just go through all the games going, what gives me 90% on 20 pence as well? Which there is games over here that will give you still 90 or even 93, even on 20 pence. There is games like that over here, which you're laughing really. But this is why the casinos give you all these comps and stuff, because they might be on, they might be seeing 20 cents of every dollar you bet, so they can afford. That's how they justify taking that much, because you get a little bit back in comps. Now, if you're there and you're not signed up in comps, you're still playing an 80% game. They don't say, well, because you're not getting comps, we'll give you 90. They just go, you're still gonna get 80% return, but you're not even taking advantage of any free stuff that we could give you. So technically, it is free. So it's worth doing, but anyway, I don't think there's anything much else. I mean, when you leave, just make your way back to LA and fly home. And hopefully you've had a good run and you haven't lost too much money, or you haven't gone over your budget. You've seen some shows and you've enjoyed yourself. And you've looked around, whether it have been you went out of the city and went jet skiing like we do, or jumped off the stratosphere or something like I've done before. It's just as long as you try and enjoy it, because not everyone gets to go that often. Some people only go once, some people never go. So an idea I was thinking of this time, don't have to, it's just an idea. I was thinking, if anyone over here who's always wanted to have a go on some of them slots over there, if I got a few people do it, like, it'd have to be a minimum. I'm not going to go looking for a slot for you to put $5 in it, but if you wanted like $30 or $40 in a slot, $1 a goal, whatever bet you tell me to do, I would live stream it. So I do like a live stream, and I'd have like a list of different people who've bank transferred the money. I'm not going to do a runner, because there's no point. Too many people know who I am in gambling for me to bother stealing a few £100. It's not worth it. And also, if you won a massive amount of money, again, it's not worth me stealing that either. So I just have to give it to you. But like when I did the Nifty 50, and I used to give people money for free, basically. It was zero risk to them. I won't ask you to sign up nowhere. But so if you have any slots, you like top dollar or something, you might think, I've always wanted to have $100 in that, but I can never get to Vegas. And I can play online, whatever. Or you can watch me and I'll live stream. I'll tell you what time we're going to do it, and you would be live streaming there and then. So I can't lie. I could say, I have $100 for you, mate, and just video a time when I lose and go, yeah, you lost. There's no point me doing that. So if I do a live stream and you win, everyone else can see what you've won, and that you'd have to get the money. So that was another idea. If I had people sort of going, here's $50, go and play a $5 top or a $2 top dollar for me with it, anything, obviously you win, and if you don't, you get to pick if you cash out. So you might sort of go, he put $50 in for me, I got up to 80, I'll take that, Dom, cash that out, don't bother me, I'll just bank transfer it back. It's all instant, isn't it? This day and age, you can bank transfer money instantly. So what I'd probably do is set up like a separate bank account that can be used for that. I wouldn't use my own, obviously. It'd be like a separate bank account that can be used for people who put in money and they reference their YouTube username, and then obviously if you win anything, I'd pay you it back to that. But it's just an idea. So that was like something else I was thinking about doing. So see, if I was really bothered about it and I was really trying to push it, I'd have put it at the beginning of the video. But I ain't. It's just something. If you want to do it, I'd do it for you if you wanted to do it, because I know not everyone can get to Las Vegas. I'm quite lucky to be able to go. And some people probably watch these, and I see some people in the comments going, I'd love to go, but I'll never get there. Well, you can have a sort of an idea. You can go, well, I know tonight Dominic's going to live stream my $100 in Lightning Link, and he's going to play. I don't know, do I play $1 or $2? Or, I don't know. I'll let him know when I get to it. And it's a bit, you can think, I might win, I might not, And you get to experience it. You could just log in online. Most of these slots are online, I think, but just something different in it. So just you fancy that? Let me know. So I think I've covered just about everything that we normally do in a Vegas trip. So, we do road trips. It's up to you if you want to do a road trip. Or just go straight to Vegas and have a few nights there. My advice would be don't go for more than about 5 days. It's about the most you want. Even someone like me who loves gambling and loves slot machines, it does get a bit wearing you out after about 5 days. It's a bit like Disney. You love it, but after you've been there for about 7 or 8 days, you've had enough. You're ready to go home. And Vegas is the same. It's expensive to stay. If you're winning, you probably won't mind so much, but you can't win every day. It's very hard. That's why only one trip I've been on out of 7 or 8 I've actually won on, and that's because I got stupidly lucky. Like a lot. Every time it was just money. That place normally you're going to lose. You're going to lose your money most nights. Table games, yeah. Craps is very good. Craps is fun. Once you get, I didn't understand it, but I now understand the basics of it, and it is very fun. It's quite addictive sort of game. That's the problem. But it's roulette. You bet your money. If it doesn't win, you lose, or you bet your money, and if it wins, you get your money back. You have to repeat the bet. But in craps, it's sort of you can lose, but your money's still there because as long as you don't hit like the crap out or whatever, or once you get in the rules of it, you can literally sit there and go, well, I haven't lost nothing. I haven't made any money, but I haven't lost any money. So you're getting, and if you get someone gets a good roll, you could be standing there for like 20 minutes with the same bet, and that bet might have paid 6 times, but your money's still there. And it's like, because he hasn't crapped out yet. It is worth looking at that. I got told about, I should play craps plenty of times from an accountant from where I used to work, and I always thought, yeah. Once I actually had a go on it, it's quite fun. I don't play it too much. I don't think I really play it last trip. I only play it once, I think. But it is quite a lot of fun. So, but yeah, there you go. That's my sort of guide to Vegas, my chat about Vegas. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it interesting. But yeah, stay lucky, and just try and take it easy out there now. Anyway, see you later.